Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our town hall for undergraduate students in the College of Agricultural Sciences. My name is Mara Baker, and I'm the Director of Student Recruitment and Activities for the college, and I'll be your moderator for today's town hall. I speak for our entire undergraduate team when I say, as we approach this fall semester, your voice, your concerns, and your questions certainly matter. So thank you for joining us in this important conversation and submitting your questions. There is going to be an opportunity for you to submit questions live today in our Q&A chat, and any that we don't get to, we will be sure to follow up. We're also going to be sharing some important links to our college Corona page to make sure that everybody is updated as much as possible. But before we get started to the questions that you have submitted for the day, I'd like to welcome our Dean of the College of Agricultural Sciences, Rick Roush, who's here to kick things off with a few comments. So Dean, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you very much, Mara. Good afternoon, students. I'm really pleased to have this opportunity to connect with you, and I truly appreciate your participation today. Before our team begins to address your questions, I want to take a moment to offer you a sincere thank you and congratulations. Your commitment to your education in the face of adversity is commendable, and we are proud of you. Our college is looking forward to welcoming all of you very soon, our returning students who are continuing your studies with us, our new students who are just beginning their Penn State journey. While it is true that how we learn together will look different this fall, you can still expect to engage faculty and staff, and that they will have a commitment to academic rigor, robust services and resources, and of course, high quality teaching experiences. I know from interviews we've done with students last spring that they understood the adversity that our faculty were under, but still very much appreciated how much effort they made to deliver outstanding education. And so we're ready for you, whether you're learning with us online or on campus. We are a family in this college. We take care of one another, we support one another, and we push one another to succeed. We are Ag Strong, and your future is important to us. I think it will be evident as you visit our team today, and as you learn with us this fall. I hope you're excited and that you will continue to take advantage of opportunities like this to learn more and be fully part of another amazing semester in Ag Sciences. One of the things I know that there's been a huge issue about COVID and how we're prepared for it and so forth. And I thought you might be interested that our college is actually playing a central role for the entire university in monitoring the presence of the virus. So the Provost Office announced there were going to be 3 strategies to look at what's happening with COVID or the coronavirus on campus. One of those is to monitor in wastewater. This work is being run out of our Department of Agriculture and Biological Engineering. Another is to monitor people chosen at random through the campus every weekday. I'm trying to get at least 700 people a day sampled. All this work is being run through the Department of Veterinary and Biomedical, the Department of Veterinary and Biomedical Sciences through a portion of the department there. So we're actually doing screening, the routine screening for the entire university, because we have capabilities in that department that no one else in the university has, because we regularly screen for diseases in livestock. The third strategy being looked at is kind of unique to our college and university. In fact, not many universities are pursuing this, but it turns out that in food science, we have people who work on sensory physiology, and they formed a coalition with people from really around the country to look at a novel symptom of coronavirus, and that is very early and very specifically, people tend to lose their sense of taste and smell. From the analyses that have been done so far, actually looks like it's much more reliable than fever, for example, as an early onset symptom. Almost everybody who gets these symptoms now is a likely candidate for coronavirus. And probably about 50 to 75% of the population lose their sense of taste or smell at some point when they get it. So we're managing that as well. We're adding that as an extra layer, and just been approved through the university, along with the PCR-based sampling. So I think you'll share with us a sense of pride that out of the entire university, the 3 strategies that are being used to monitor what's going on with coronavirus are actually being managed out of our college. And I think that reflects very, very much on the diversity of capabilities we have in the college. This has come from agricultural, biological engineering, biomedical, veterinary and biomedical sciences, and food science, and also the strong problem focus that the college has. So with that, I hope that gives you some reassurance that we're taking this really seriously in the college. And we'll take seriously protecting everybody involved with masking and other techniques. And we're strongly committed to make sure everybody enjoys the semester and stays healthy. So thank you very much for your time, and I'll pass it back on to the team who's going to give you more details about how the semester will run. Back to you, Mara.
Awesome. Thank you, Dean Roush. So prior to today's town hall, we received several questions from students, and over the next 45 minutes, we're going to get to as many as possible. We have invited faculty and staff within the Office for Undergraduate Education and the Office of International Programs to be with us today. So they're going to share some updates from their respective areas, and then we'll move into the Q&A that we received and any that you guys submit live today. So first up, I'm going to turn it over to our Director of Career Services, Lori Connolly.
Thank you, Mara. Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. As Mara mentioned, I am the Director of Career Services and Experiential Learning for our College of Agricultural Sciences. My role is essentially twofold. One is to help students develop and develop career readiness skills as they go through their Penn State journey. And the second part of my job is to work with our employers that have an interest in hiring you, College of Ag Sciences students. So thanks for being with us this afternoon. We have missed you so much, and we really look forward to the positive energy that you always bring to the start of each semester, no matter how you're going to be joining us this fall. Those of you that are continuing your Penn State education, you know that fall is traditionally a really busy time on campus for career services. This is the time of year when we see a lot of employers in town and on campus looking to hire you. We know that these opportunities are vital to you as students, as you set your sights not only on internships, but also on full-time roles upon graduation. These opportunities are really important to us too. And so our goal this semester is to keep you moving forward on your career trajectory. Today, I want to share two pieces of good news with you of how we're hoping to accomplish that. The first piece of good news I want to share with you is that as we engage with conversations with our colleagues and our partners across the country, the sentiment is the same. It is a great time to be involved in the agricultural sciences. With renewed emphasis on food security, on health, all of the many facets that make up our food and natural resource systems, the work that we do is more important than ever, just as the Dean mentioned earlier. We hear from organizations regularly letting us know that they are seeking fresh talent to help them lead through the shifts that we're all experiencing right now. So you're in a great position, and congratulations on being here. The second part that I want to share with you is that career service professionals across the university have been working very hard the last few months on your behalf to develop ways that we can engage students and employers this semester safely and effectively. Hopefully, you read in your AgSci student newsletter that on Tuesday, September the 29th, we will be hosting a virtual Ag Sciences Career Day, providing you with the chance not only to speak with industry, with employers, but also government agency, professional and graduate schools, and others that you may have interest in talking to. Additionally, we have made it easier for employers to schedule virtual interviews with you throughout the semester. Finally, we are making it as easy as possible for them to share a bit about their organizations and the career opportunities that they have through virtual information sessions that are going to be held throughout the semester. So my message to you this morning is this: we're doing our part to help keep you on track, and we really encourage you to do your part as well. You're going to see a lot of opportunities come up here in the next several weeks. Don't miss out on those. Please make sure that you're visiting the Career Services website, log into Nittany Lion Careers, and of course, drop us an email, set up a session with us to let us know how you're doing and how we can help you. We are here for you, and we can't wait to connect with you here in the coming weeks. So thank you, and I will now turn it over to Derek James.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Derek James. I'm the coordinator of multicultural programs for the College of Agricultural Sciences. My role is both recruitment and retention of undergraduate and graduate students. I do that through Office of Undergrad Ed, through some of our graduate programs, and also namely through the Multicultural Affairs Office, led by Dr. Patrice Ingram. And I'm looking forward to meeting you all in person. As those who have said before me, welcome to you first timers and welcome back to those returning. 2020 has been a year of change for all of us, and I want you to know we are here for you and with you through all of it. In the last few months, we have seen renewed focus on diversity, understanding how to be more inclusive and working to be a place where we all feel at home. And I want to say thank you to all of those of you who have been supportive, sent emails, and who are asking how to get engaged. Well, now is the time. One of the ways you can be engaged is in your first year seminars, for those of you who are first year students, where Dr. Ingram and I will be leading discussions. For those returning, there will be opportunities to take part in departmental book clubs, diversity sessions, and simply treating others with the same respect you desire for yourself. The Multicultural Affairs Office works to ensure that the first and best college at Penn State is a welcoming and inclusive environment for everyone to succeed. So best of luck. I look forward to working with you. Next you'll hear from Janet.
Hi everyone, I'm Jenna Thaleo, and I'm the Director of Campus Enrollment and Retention, and I'm so excited to welcome you to the fall semester. Inclusion is important to me, that everyone has an opportunity to pursue their education without discrimination and harassment. In my role, I support the college's efforts to connect all campus students and those who advise them to the opportunities and the resources of the college. For this fall, we will be offering convenient, fun, and virtual programming for campuses and students transitioning to University Park for all of their academic success. More information will be shared soon. Thank you. Katia?
Hi, everyone. I am Katia Lingenfelter. I'm the Assistant Director for Student Global Engagement. I'm part of the college's Office of International Programs, and I work with students who are interested in studying abroad. The College of Agricultural Sciences is one of the top colleges at Penn State to offer high-quality international educational courses and programs for each major. Currently, we are not studying abroad this fall semester, and we will have a better understanding of the possibility of spring semester programming from the university in the coming months. Although we are unable to study abroad currently and travel currently, you can still be involved with international experiences in a variety of ways. You can participate in virtual international internships or in a virtual international program. You can enroll in courses with an international focus, start an international minor, join a globally focused club or student organization, and attend international events like the university's Virtual Education Abroad Fair in October and our Study Abroad Week events in January. You can also find information on our website about our faculty-led international embedded courses that are planned for next year if travel is possible, safe, and approved by the university at that time. I look forward to meeting with you about a future international experience. And next, I'll turn it over to Matt.
Good afternoon, students. How we doing? I hope you're doing well. It's an exciting time at Penn State. It's unique, it's different, it's not what we expected, but hey, this is where we are, and we want you to know that we care about you. If you've been listening intently, you've heard a word over and over again, and that word is excited. We are excited that you are coming back, whether that is in person, whether that's online. Just know that we are excited that you're here. Here in the future, I'm going to try and answer as many of the advising questions as possible. We did get a lot of those, and so that's what I'm going to try and do. But here's one thing I want you to know without a doubt, that I and all of the advisors across our college are here for you. Okay, we are here to listen. We want you to reach out to us. We want you to know that we want to hear from you. We want to know how things are going. We want to know if you're doing this virtually, we want to know how things are going and how your classes are going. If you're doing this in person and you're trying to adhere to all of these guidelines that are happening, we want to know. And so please reach out to us throughout the semester. We're going to have group advising times, both virtually, and if we can, we want to try and have some in person. We're going to have coffee chats where you can just come in, ask questions, find out what's going on, and a lot more that you can get connected to your advisor. I just want to say thank you so much for joining us. Please ask your questions in the Q&A. And next up, you're going to hear from Dr. Tracy Hoover, our Associate Dean for Undergraduate Education.
Thank you, Matt. And as you can tell, we're all looking forward to fall semester. As Associate Dean, I've had the pleasure of working with talented staff and faculty within our office. We just heard from some of them, and we still have more to share, and also across the college. My role is to provide administrative and financial oversight for many of the programs our team just shared with you. This includes efforts around student engagement, undergraduate research, international programs, curriculum development, scholarships, teaching and advising excellence, and much, much more. So the work we do in our college advances important relationships with other Penn State colleges, campuses, our alums, the industry that we work with, and the food, agriculture, and natural resource leaders in the Commonwealth. This means for you that we have a very strong and supportive College of Ag Sciences family. It's a family that you're part of as students and will be later as graduates and alums. I know this firsthand. Speaking on a personal front, I'm very proud to share with you that I and my husband, Ron, who works in our plant science department and teaches several courses, and our two daughters are all loyal Penn State alums from our college. So it's a common story here, especially in ag sciences. You can rest assured that all of us take these roles and experiences and your successes very seriously. Even in these challenging and changing times, we're committed to helping you achieve your academic goals. And that's what today is all about. So let's get to the questions you've shared with Mara, and I'm going to turn this back to you. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. As you can tell, we are excited to kind of dive into the questions that you guys have submitted. So we're going to get started with our advising related questions. So I'll turn it back to Matt Stumpf.
All right. Thank you again. I know you're going to hear that a lot, but we really mean it. Like it truly comes from our heart that we're appreciative that you care enough about your education that you showed up for this webinar. Another thing that I want to reiterate before I get into those is I want to make sure that we are all being patient. It's a trying time. It's an interesting time. But one of the things that we have to do is be patient with each other. Both from a faculty staff side to our students and our students to faculty staff. So as we get rolling with this, things are constantly changing. And one of the things that we need to do is be patient with each other. So make sure that we do that. Make sure that you are checking your email, looking at all those kinds of things throughout the semester and making sure that you are staying up on top of your academics. Communication is vital. All the time, whether you're in person or you're virtual, but right now especially, communication is of utmost importance to make sure that you are understanding what's going on in our college. You may miss out on a great opportunity because we didn't check our email that one day, so please make sure that you're checking your Penn State emails. Excuse me. Visiting with our faculty and advisors as academic questions come in, updates come in, those things are just so important for you. So one of the questions that came in was the mode of instruction. So just a very quick overview. There's a great website that I think Mara already put into the chat there. It's a great place to start. It's called Keep Learning. And so please go there. They're going to update that as much as possible. But there's 4 modes. One is in person. Pretty self-explanatory. That one is all in person, in the classroom, but they are going to keep all of these COVID-19 restrictions in place, social distancing, masking, all that kind of stuff. All that's going to be in place inside the classroom. The classrooms are being cleaned, sanitized, all those great things that are happening. Our facilities folks are fantastic. They are on top of this. So that's going to be in-person classes. Another one is mixed mode. This one's a little bit different, and it can have, it seems like millions of possibilities. It's not quite that many, but it's close, because you can have lots of different ways that your mixed mode class could meet. One of the examples is a class could be split in half, and half of the class will meet in person in a classroom for one time. And then the other half of the class will meet virtually at the same time. And then on the next time they're supposed to meet, so let's say it's Monday, Wednesday, Friday classes. On Monday, half the class meets in person, half virtually. On Wednesday, they flip. On Friday, everybody's virtual. So that's part of a mixed mode. Part of the mixed mode could be that you only meet once a semester or once a month. So it's a lot of different ways. The way that you find out how this is happening is through Canvas and checking your Canvas. So making sure that you are aware that you're supposed to show up on Monday and you're supposed to be virtual on Wednesday and on Friday. The way that you find that out is through Canvas. The other way is checking that Penn State email. Okay, so a lot of that information from your professor back to you is going to be communicated through that email. The third way that classes are going to be held is remote synchronous. And so that's going to be at the same time, every time, so that you know that Tuesday, Thursday at 1:30 you have class, so you get online and you log in just like you did here, and you're good to go. And the last mode that we have is remote asynchronous, and that is a way that you have a class, you have assignments, but you can do those throughout your week. One thing that I suggest to all students for all of these things is make sure you are designating a time and a place for you to do your work. It is very easy to let time get away from you, and you may miss something for the class, but we want to make sure that you're getting all those things done. So make sure you have a time and a place to do your work and to accomplish those things. And this is just a little aside. I'm a parent of a college student, and one of the hardest things for me when my son went to the virtual campus was I forgot that he was both doing schoolwork and work. And so I would ask him, I'm like, hey, are you working? Are you doing this? Can you come over and do this? And asking him all these different things. And he's like, Dad, seriously, I have class. I have to do these things. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot. So that was just, you know, for parents, it's going to be different for you as well. It may not seem like your student is working, but they're online, they're doing their work, they're in class. So that patience thing comes into play with that. The second thing, question that came in a lot was, will professors or advisors be encouraged to have in-person or virtual office hours? In person, not exactly. Most advisors are going to be virtual. A lot of our professors are going to be virtual. But as to office hours, absolutely yes. In the syllabus, there will be ways that you can get a hold of your professor, get a hold of your advisor. If you can't get a hold of them, please remember my email. It's written all over the Ag Sciences advising page. We're going to put it in here. I think we're going to give our names and emails later. Please reach out to me. I want to make sure that you're getting a hold of your advisor as much as possible. So I think that does it for those questions, Maura. Now it's back to you.
Awesome. Thanks, Matt. So the next questions are going to be answered by Jenith. So the first question that we received is, if a student has an in-person class and then a virtual class shortly after, where can they go to use Wi-Fi, log into their class if they live off campus, and will certain spaces be open? And how do our students find out if those spaces are available?
Thank you, Mara. Boy, that's a great question. And every campus is going to look a little different, but all campuses will provide space for students to study and log into classes. I encourage you to download and visit the, let me see if I can pull it here, the Penn State Go app. In that app, you get information, updated information on building hours, where you can sign on for internet for those virtual classes, capacity information, and so much more. So I really encourage you to download that. The other question that someone had submitted was, will I be able to move to University Park before 2 years in consideration of the 2+2 program because of not having enough courses to fit my major? Well, the answer is actually dependent on a student's ALEC scores, if they tested higher or lower in the math and sciences, their AP courses that they might have brought, and progress. So as Matt had said, your advisor is so key. So it's important that students work with their advisors to monitor their progress and their academic sequencing for their major. This partnership will help the student and the advisor identify the most appropriate semester for a change of campus request. And I must remind you that it's important to speak to your advisor first, then update your major if possible before you submit a change of campus. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing that information, Jeneth. Our next section is going to be covered by Lori Connolly, who is our Director of Career Services and Experiential Learning, and she's going to be talking about opportunities for undergraduate research and jobs on campus and how you can connect with her for career service support.
Sure, thanks, Mara. So I'll kind of break this question. These are great questions, and I want to devote enough time to each of them. So regarding how undergraduate research is going to look this fall, we know that these experiences that happen outside of your classroom are just as important as the ones that happen inside the classroom. They are really important learning experiences, and our goal for fall is to make sure that we can continue to provide you with those rich experiences in safe environments. So in terms of research specifically, the university has implemented an overall return to research plan. So if you have conducted undergraduate research in the past, have a faculty advisor that you're working with, hoping to continue with the fall, interested in exploring new opportunities, these are going to be really individualized circumstances dependent on the specific lab situation, the type of research that you are looking to do, and how the health and safety guidelines can be maintained. So I encourage you to work very closely with the faculty supervisors, with the host department in which you may be working, to kind of explore what that could look like. I also want to mention, there were several students that shifted their research over the summer. Perhaps some of those folks are joining us here today. I was so encouraged to see the creativity and the way that students were able to kind of take their research objectives and shift their way of thinking, shift the way they were doing things, leverage technology, and really come out of the summer with really robust research experiences that were modified to meet the guidelines. So, that flexibility in the face of adversity is really Penn State at its best. So thank you for your innovation and your spirit to do that. And I anticipate that we'll be leaning on that spirit more throughout the fall semester. The second part of a few of the questions that came in were related to employment opportunities during this semester. So again, similar to the research question, Penn State does have an existing return to work plan for all employees. So again, working depending on the type of work that you had been doing previously or are hoping to do in the future, you really need to work closely with that supervisor, that host department, with our human resources team to see what those opportunities are. I do want to mention that if you are seeking some opportunities, hopefully you have all logged into Nittany Lion Careers and have explored opportunities within that. First year students, you'll be hearing some more about these resources in first year seminar and in other areas. But Nittany Lion Careers is our online portal where students and alumni both actually can seek internships, part-time jobs, full-time jobs. Often there are opportunities posted on this site, part-time opportunities for students. The reason I encourage you to look there is because over the last several months, we've really been working with employers, but also with our friends in the Alumni Society to offer different types of contractual, part-time gig opportunities that can be conducted virtually. And you'll find a number of those on that site. So please do kind of think outside the box a little bit for this semester of what all opportunities might be available to you. And if you're having trouble searching, of course, that's one of the things that you can check in with our office about, or visit our university-wide career services team in the Bank of America Career Services Center, and also, of course, virtually this fall semester. I did want to also, as we're talking about employment opportunities, I didn't want to let today get away without mentioning, hopefully you've seen it in some publications, but the university has implemented university-wide guidelines for fall 2020 internships. So if you are thinking about a fall internship, this applies to internships that are for credit and are in person. So I will go ahead and put the full document of guidelines that are on the Student Affairs website in the chat for you. But I did want you just to be aware of that if you are thinking about a fall internship, please do work closely with your advisor, call our office for more information, because if it is an in-person for credit internship, there are guidelines that we will need to follow across the university. So with that, I will just kind of close out this question by, maybe sharing a moment of encouragement. We've talked already about a lot of different opportunities, websites, resources, platforms, things that you can go and visit this fall. Don't miss out on those. Don't discredit opportunities because they might not look exactly like you thought they were going to look, 6 months or a year ago. We are still able to offer, and you are still able to find a lot of really rich experiences that might be virtual, that might be modified, that might look different, that you can access, that you can participate in, and those experiences are really going to serve you well as you move forward in your career. So think outside the box, keep moving forward, and don't hesitate to contact us if we can help navigate through that with you. Thanks, Mara.
Thank you so much, Lori. So our next set of questions is going to be for Dr. Hoover. We're now going to transition into the questions that we received about travel guidelines. So will classes be hosting field trips this upcoming semester?
Thanks, Mara. So basically we have several options that are going on that I've heard from what our faculty are doing. Some are still having off-campus travel for their courses, or you might consider them field trips, but they need to go to have their class or their lab at a place other than on the campus that you're at. And so if this is going to happen, we have to follow all the different guidelines set in place by the university and the CDC, including occupancy number of people in a vehicle, following what our transportation services have provided, enforcement of masks and social distancing. And so that's really important. And then these guidelines, along with the other ones that have been put in place around travel, quarantine, they're so very, very important. And it's going to take all of us working together in academic and personal lives to ensure a safe and successful return to campus, but also continuation of campus. And so your instructors will provide you with information on that if we have any off-campus travel planned. Some instructors have gone out and actually have videotape certain sites that would be difficult to get to that would appeal to all people in the different modes of learning. So we're very appreciative of that. So thank you.
Great. So our next question is, what information can you share, Dr. Hoover, with us about buildings being open on campus for our students that are coming back or coming for the first time this fall?
Thanks, Mara. And this is important. Not all buildings are going to be open, and it's going to depend on your campus, right? And that's why you need to look at the Penn State Go app, because it's a very robust app that has a lot of information in it. Know that our staff and our advisors and our faculty and our departments are here to support you, and we can easily be accessed in a virtual environment. All the buildings are going to be properly marked with signage to let you know what the status of the building, and then it's also contains some of those learning spaces that Jenna talked about. So I did mention the Penn State Go app will be updated continuously, so you got to become familiar with this resource. And then once we enter the period of remote learning for fall, where we have people who are, some of them are taking classes and some of them are taking classes remotely, there are locations that are open at the beginning of the semester. Some of those may change when we all head home after Thanksgiving break and going to be learning remotely for the last several weeks of the semester. So again, check your app, keep up to date on some of this information, and we're here to help you. We're going to be able to be connected with you virtually with faculty and staff all through the semester. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Hoover. We also received a couple questions about how clubs and organizations are going to really be operating this fall, and are they allowed to meet regularly? And there is still a lot more information that will be coming over the next few weeks from the Office of Student Affairs. So we understand that it is really important for our students to still have that opportunity to be active on campus through clubs and organizations. So as more information does come from Student Affairs, we will be sharing it with our club and organization presidents and advisors. But currently, with our guidelines that are in place, social distancing, maximum capacity of 10 or less on campus. So kind of working with the Student Affairs Office to make sure that clubs and organizations are still going to be able to meet safely, or are they going to have to meet virtually this next semester? Which leads us into our next question is, how's the college handling the involvement fair? So like I mentioned, it is really important for our students to still have that opportunity to connect with their peers, but also get involved in clubs and organizations of interest to them. So our college will be offering 3 different robust ways for our students to learn more about our clubs and organizations. The first way that clubs and organizations are going to be made publicly visible to our students is through Flipgrid. So the Office of Student Affairs is also currently using Flipgrid for all 1,000 clubs and organizations that the university offers. So Flipgrid is a website where you can view a 1 to 3 minute video that all of our clubs and organizations will prepare. So if you are a current Ag Science student, make sure that you're checking your email that we talked about and checking out Ag Sci Student News, because our Flipgrid URL will be posted there so you can view our clubs and organizations promo videos. The second way that we're going to really be highlighting our clubs is through social media spotlights. So we are partnering up with our Ag Science Student Council, and they are going to be highlighting all of our clubs and organizations, the college-specific ones, our 40 clubs, through Instagram shout-outs and spotlights. So tagging them with their Instagram handles, using their promo videos, using a flyer so that you can connect with them, whether it's through their recruitment chair or their president, how you can learn more to invite them to your meetings or get involved in the club and organization. And the last way that we are hosting an involvement fair this year is through a live virtual fair. So on September 1st, from 11 a.m. until 1 p.m., students across Penn State will be able to enter the Ag Science Virtual Live Club and Involvement Fair, where you will have the opportunity to attend as many breakout rooms as you would like to, and club and organization representatives will be in those rooms to talk to you about what their club has to offer. Myself, as well as other people in the Office for Undergraduate Education, will be in that Zoom room as well. So if you're thinking, you know, what club is the best for me, I don't know maybe the name of it, we're going to be there to guide you. We're going to help you find your best fit amongst the 40 clubs and organizations that we have here in the College of Ag Sciences. Another question that we received several times was about mask wearing. So are students required to wear their mask when they're walking to or from class or exercising outside? Students and employees are always required to practice physical distancing and wear face masks in campus buildings and in outdoor settings when you cannot maintain that recommended physical distance. So as long as you are able to maintain that physical distance, you won't be required to wear a mask outside, but there is several people walking around campus, so we want to make sure that yourself, our faculty, and our staff, and anybody on campus is safe as well. So one of the last things that I wanted to reiterate until we go into some closing remarks and maybe some other questions that came in is just reiterating that changes are happening every single day. So the best way for you to stay up to date is we've dropped a lot of links in our chat today, and just visit our website. We're making sure that we're pointing you in the right direction to make sure you have the most up-to-date and factual information, because some things is changing on the daily. So we want to make sure that you have the most up-to-date and the critical information. We received a couple questions too about what happens if you test positive for COVID or you're in a classroom and somebody tests positive. So our virusinfo.psu.edu has all of that information for our students. Like I said, stuff is always changing, so we want to make sure that you have the accurate information, and that's also handled by our experts that are on the coronavirus task force here at the university. So at this time, I'm going to turn it over to Dr. Hoover for some closing remarks.
Thank you, Mara. And as you can see, before we close, I want to thank everybody for being here today. And as Dean Rouse said in the beginning, while the how is going to look different this year, the what and who remains the same. We are so dedicated to providing you with a positive, engaging Penn State experience. And we look forward to welcoming you back to campus in a few weeks and welcoming our first-year students to the college. We're excited about all the new and creative ways we're going to be collaborating with you in the fall and with one another. And as the heart of the college, your presence is valuable. You really do make a difference. So today you've met a number of people that are very eager to help you on your path to success. Please don't hesitate to reach out to any one of us if you have any questions. Be well, and we will see you soon. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Hoover, for those ending remarks. And I'll give our panelists one last round here if they have any closing remarks for our students that were able to join us today.
A question was asked about the building by Ag Admin. That's the replacement of the Henning building, and it's going to be the new Animal Biomedical and Veterinary Sciences building. And the question was, did the COVID hold up the building? It did stall it for a while, but the construction crews have been working on that building for longer than the campus has been sort of semi-opened. So they were able to start again about 3 months ago, I think. So, and they've been working on it pretty steadily. And we're all looking forward to having it finished.
Now, the last thing I would say, there were a lot of questions that didn't specifically have any, that weren't specific to ag. And so just keep your eye on those links. Mara did a fantastic job of putting a bunch of links on there. Go to our Ag Sci website. It is always updated. Our web team is fantastic at that. They get on top of it as soon as they can. So that would be my biggest suggestion at the end of this, is keep checking those things. The thing that I tell students is all of this stuff that we just went over was true for 4:43 on August 11th. That's it. It could change at 4:45, but for 4:43, it's the truth. So make sure you're staying up to date with all that stuff. We are excited that you're coming back. We're excited to get to see you and do all the things that the College of Ag Sciences is so proud of you guys about.
Great. Well, thank you for joining us today. We will be sending out a follow-up email for those that were able to attend today with the links that we shared, as well as our contact information and some questions that we may not have had the opportunity to get to today. So again, thank you so much for joining us, and we look forward to welcoming our our returning students and our new students to campus or virtually, and we look forward to staying connected with you. So thank you so much and have a great day.